The Russian armed forces continue to successfully advance along the entire combat contact line. The advance of Russian troops is recorded in the Kharkiv, Donetsk, and Zaporizhia directions of the front. Moreover, offensive actions by Russian forces are also recorded in the Kherson direction of the front, where the Russian army is trying to take control of the remaining islands on the Dnieper River. In addition, the Russian Aerospace Forces, together with the missile forces, continue to launch massive missile strikes against military facilities and the energy infrastructure of Ukraine. At the same time, it is worth noting that the Russian military also started to successfully apply the so-called tactics of individual missile attacks. The main advantage of this tactic is that during an attack, the Russian military uses only one missile, knowing in advance exactly where to strike. The use of such tactics became possible thanks to the hard work of Russian intelligence, which identifies even the most classified military facilities of the Ukrainian army and NATO forces in non-stop mode. In the last 7 days alone, thanks to this tactic, the Russian military has destroyed 15 enemy classified military sites, including a secret base of British mercenaries in the local port of Odessa. By the way, today, the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation officially confirmed that on the night of June 6, the Russian Aerospace Forces, together with missile forces, hit and destroyed dozens of classified enemy facilities in the Kharkiv, Poltava, Khmelnytsky, Zaporizhia, Vinnytsia, and Odessa regions. It is reported that during this missile strike, the Russians again used the tactics of individual missile and bomb attacks. And this fact indicates that the Russians again knew in advance exactly where to strike. It is reliably known that during this missile attack, the Russian military used not only modernized ISKANDER-M ballistic missiles against enemy targets, but also heavy-duty ODESA 1500 vacuum bombs, along with guided aerial bombs of the FAB family. So, in the Kharkiv region, in the village of Stary Saltov, which is located 30 kilometers from the city of Chowiv, a Russian heavy-duty vacuum bomb ODESA 1500 hit and destroyed a local recreation center. As it turned out, this destroyed facility was the place of the deployment of militants from the French Foreign Legion. According to preliminary data, as a result of this bomb strike, about 70 foreign fighters were killed. By the way, starting in May of this year, monitoring services began to record the shipment of dozens of zinc coffins to France. It is reported that in the last 30 days alone, more than 100 zinc coffins have been sent from Ukraine to France. The Russian military also destroyed a local pig farm, in the village of Kucherovka, east of Kupiansk. As it turned out, on the territory of this pig farm, the armed forces of Ukraine stored missiles for the American HIMARS multiple launch rocket systems. In the Poltava region, in the northwestern suburb of the city of Poltava, a Russian ballistic missile hit and destroyed a local industrial facility that was working for the needs of the armed forces of Ukraine. The head of the regional military administration of the city of Poltava, Philip Pronin, admitted that the fire services are still trying to put out the fire that started immediately after a Russian missile hit. In the Khmelnytsky region, monitoring services recorded about 5 explosions in the city of Starokostiantyniv. Unfortunately, there are still no details of the missile attack on this city. It is likely that the Russian military has once again hit the Starokostiantyniv military airbase, where, according to Russian sources, American F-16 fighter jets are already located. In the Zaporizhia region, in the northwestern part of the city of Zaporizhia, Russian-guided aerial bombs of the Fab family hit and destroyed a classified military facility of the grouping of the Armed Forces of Ukraine under the designation Khortytsia. As it turned out, the destroyed facility was the place of the deployment of foreign mercenaries. They were mostly citizens of Poland, the United States, Canada, Colombia, Romania, and France. According to preliminary data, about 50 militants were killed as a result of this bomb strike. In the Vinnytsia region, the Russian military attacked a classified facility of the Ukrainian army, where there were reserve formations of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, which included recently mobilized Ukrainian citizens. As a result of this missile attack, this military facility was completely destroyed along with Ukrainian soldiers. According to sources in the Russian military department, as a result of this attack, about 200 Ukrainian soldiers were killed, among whom were also military instructors from NATO army countries. On the night of June 6, the most missile strikes were carried out on settlements in the Odessa region. As it turned out, Russian missiles hit and destroyed two targets, both in Odessa itself and in the village of Zatoka. It is reliably known that in the northwestern part of Odessa, a Russian ballistic missile hit and destroyed a secret warehouse where maritime drones were stored. In the village of Zatoka, a Russian ISKANDER-M ballistic missile destroyed a local hotel, where there were foreign mercenaries, along with active-duty British Army officers. According to representatives of the Russian underground in Ukraine, these foreign fighters, as a precaution, posed as ordinary foreign tourists, and moved around the settlement exclusively in civilian clothes. It is reported that as a result of this missile attack, more than 100 foreign fighters were killed. They were mainly active military personnel from Britain, France, the United States, and Canada.